Yo, what up? It's me. This is my third video on me rambling about shit, and this I don't really know what to talk about, so I'll just try to bust something out of my head somewhere. Let's talk about shit. Let's talk about people who don't want to have. No, let's talk about people with mental health issues. There's something when I was in school, I had a conversation with my psych teacher about this, and well, it was in the class. And what happened was we were talking about mental health issues and how people develop these things, and how people, they always make these, they either actually have a really serious problem with themselves, or they just victimize themselves to where they let this problem they have control them, even though it's not really that much of a problem. It's just more of, they just kind of let the thing consume them and let it take over when they know they have the power to do it and they have the willpower and the choice, but they're too lazy to actually do that. That's nah, dude. It's true though. It's true. People they don't want to take accountability in the fact that they are capable of these things, because it's uncomfortable for people to change, and it's uncomfortable for people to go through certain things to just be a better person, because it makes them look at themselves and makes them realize that they're not as perfect as they wish themselves to be. By going through shit like social media and things, they go through people who are so agreeable that they'll just comfort them and to make them think that they're fine, they're so special in these little tiny ways, but they're really not. It's just people just sugarcoating everything and stuff instead of just being real about it like actual real friends would. And it's really sad to see people just go through life with this shit and just not actually fully realize that they are not perfect and they're just as human as anyone else would. It's so much pride. It's so much excess pride. There's such a lack of humility in this world. It like right now, it's just really amazing to just see that, and it's really sad because there's so many people I've met who are so capable of doing so good, and they're so capable of becoming the best versions of themselves. And you know what? That's something that everyone knows about. Everyone knows how to be a good person. Everyone knows how to be successful and to do the right things and make the good habits. It's just that they're too scared to do it, or it's just it's just uncomfortable for them, because they're so used to just indulging in these things. Like I've probably said before, with these people with toxic mindsets in the roles video, where people are being demasculated and people have these toxic mindsets and these fixed mindsets because of the fact that they've either been told this thing that's about, they've been told these things that over for so long that they just kind of they make themselves believe it, instead of just like, whoa, like, am I really this? Or have I done enough analyzing to where I actually know what's wrong with me, and to where I know that I'm okay actually. And that's the thing, dude. It's just no one has actually been through anything because of how comfortable we live in. It's just so sad to see, man. And it's just sad, dude. Like, I just don't really know how to put it in other words. And it's such a delusion for other people, because of people live these little comfortable lives, man, and they just never actually fully see their potential. And I feel like that's just like the most depressing thing ever, man, is just not seeing your full potential in life. And I really just think that with a little push, man, and just a little switch of your mindset, it's just a fucking amazing thing to do for yourself, because it makes you open your eyes and to see the world for how it really is, and And I don't know, dude. It's just the way you live your life is just purely a mindset. And things are the way they are. Things just is. And we live right now. But it's just, we live in the moment of right now. But it's just depending on how you take the things that happen in your life. Like, you just have to take accountability, like I've already said. And you gotta do the things you gotta do to make yourself a more valuable person, like I said in the roles video. And it's just, there's not really any of that right now. It's just these people that are too scared to do anything. And I have homies, dude, that are in the Marines, dude, and I have people who practice martial arts and go to the gym, and they just make their lives uncomfortable, and next thing you know, they become the most badass motherfuckers in the world, dude, because of the fact that they just don't give a shit, dude. They're about themselves, man. And people could say that's narcissistic or whatever like that, but dude, that's literally just them looking out for themselves, because they know that they're people too, and they know that they're capable of so much more. And it's like, I don't know, dude. It's like, I don't know. Like for me, dude, for example, what I try to do to make myself uncomfortable, to really appreciate the world, and to realize that I have way better off than other people, dude. Like, dude, I have family, right? And I've always hung out with them and stuff, and they're like more low income. They're in a more low income group, and when I've always hung out with them, dude, they've always had people go in and out of their house, man. Like, it's just like, oh, like all these random odd characters, man, like crackheads, drug addicts, people with low self-esteem, people who just are lost in the world. They don't know what to do with themselves, and they never had, and there was something in their life that really just fucked with their heads so much to where they have to resort to go to substance and just all these things with short gratification, and it's short instant gratification. And it's just like, you know, these people are good people and they have good hearts. It's just that these habits just control them, because that's the only thing that they know, and they're too scared to go on and to make themselves and to push themselves to doing things that are beyond of what they've been doing. And I'm gonna be real, dude, I've been like that before. I feel like everyone has been like that before, where they just indulged in something too much because of they're too scared of whatever it is that they're doing, or they're just too lazy to do it. And for me, dude, I feel like I indulged in whatever it is I did is because of relationships and stuff. Like, I let that shit get in my head too easily, and I always just, my first relationship, I just kind of just bumped it off, and I just didn't really care, and I just kind of my priorities were different at the time. And with my my more recent relationship, it's just, this person saw greatness in me, and she saw potential in me to be a good man, to be a good provider, and be a strong person. But I just was living a shitty lifestyle, dude, and she just pushed me in. But I still had good morals about me, though. I understood the world. It's just that my lifestyle choices were just questionable, man. And it wasn't the right, it was just the wrong time. Like, right person, wrong time type deal. But at the same time, this person, she was very ignorant to what I had to say. It was something different to her that made her feel uncomfortable. And like I said, when it comes to people looking at themselves and not taking accountability, that's exactly what this person did. She just didn't want to take accountability in the fact that the way you live is, the things that make life the way it is because of your mindset and the way you think. And this person was too scared to think beyond of what she was brought up to think because of her friends. And she just pushed me away. And it's really sad, because I really had genuine feelings for this person. I really wanted to work on something within this relationship. And you know what, dude? That's the whole reason why I went to college, dude. And you know what? I'm dropping out. I'm going to trade. I'm gonna try to make as much money as possible, because the reason why I went to college in the first place was because I wanted to try to get back with it. Well, you know what? Yeah, I wanted to get back with this person to make up with what I have done in the past, and to move forward as adults and communicate with our problems like how normal adults should, who are mature and they have normal conversation and they just know how to communicate. But she's just in a delusion right now, and she just thinks if she just lives the life and just avoids any sort of accountability and confrontation because of the way her friends treat her, they just agree with everything she says. And it's so sad because the actual people who do care about her, she just pushes them away and just not listens to them, because the fact that they are honest and they are true people who genuinely care about this person. But it's just the fact that, like I said before, it's just she doesn't want to hear it, because the fact that she doesn't want to think of herself as a bad person or have any sort of humility. And you know what, dude? It's her loss, dude. Because I was actually, like, even though I did have my problems at the same time, and I made these choices that ended up in this failing relationship, I still made after that relationship, I still made the changes, because I knew that it wasn't going to get me anywhere. I knew that the people I was hanging out with were not going to get me anywhere, and these people only were out to hang out with me to benefit themselves because of how nice I was, and I just cared about them, like my family, dude, my actual blood family, dude, like my cousins, man. They just they loved me and stuff, and they were down to do anything. But it's at the same, actually, it's not really a love then. It's not really a love if they do things to benefit themselves, and it's so one-sided. Let me get a drink of water. Some good shit. It's not even love at that point. It's just greed, and it's sad to see people that you care so much about just push, like, not even push you away, but just completely don't even acknowledge you for who you are as a person with a mind, and can be so and have so much complex ways of thinking and stuff, can be so open-minded and is down to listen to all your problems and stuff. But it's just the fact that they don't want to deal with it, they don't want to learn, they don't want to go through change and through discomfort, knowing that after all of the hardship there is growth and there is an experience to be had, to learn from. And I just don't know what else to say besides the fact that it's just pitiful. And it's just a sorry excuse of not wanting to grow up because of you're so scared of things that aren't even that big of a deal, to be honest, dude. Like, a lot of relationships, people argue about the dumbest shit. And most of it's mostly about politics and money. And it's just a waste of time, because there's so much more bigger problems in the world besides politics and money. Money comes and goes. Money will always be around. It's just a matter of fact of you doing what you got to do, and money will come. It's just about you doing what you love, and you make it marketable, or you just don't give a fuck about money and you just live a comfortable life, man. And for real, it's just the way people live, dude. This whole Western society, man, they value money and currency so much, and so much material gain. It's just they miss out on the true. They miss out on the fact that they live in such a beautiful world with so much beautiful people and with so much beautiful minds, that everything just flies by, man, and they just don't take a second to just realize that, dude, I am as young as I am. I have all of these things in my life, dude. Like, I live the life of a billionaire, yet I let these things control me, like not having any money, or my friends doing these things, like comparing yourself to others, which is such a sad thing to do, because I don't know if I've said this before or not, but it's just, you need to stop. You need to not compare yourself to others, because you will never, ever, ever, ever receive the gratification that you want, or what you deserve, because the fact that you just constantly compare yourself to others, and you'll never ever get what you want if you constantly compare yourself to others. What you need to do is, dude, it's not even cliche, dude, it's just real facts. It's just, dude, you need to compare yourself to where you were yesterday, and and what you've learned and what you've done, and if what you've done is good or not, and if you're just happy with what you've done today. Like, if you've not done anything, dude, do something, man. You need to do something with yourself, dude, to make yourself valuable, to make yourself worthy of something more than what you think you deserve. Like, but people just don't see that, man, because the fact that if you do something, you put yourself in a state of being uncomfortable, like, instead of just being open-minded and learning and just taking on the information and just soaking it in your brain and just being like, having some humility, like, okay, this is something that's new to me. Like, could this benefit me in some certain way, shape, or form? Or, well, how could this benefit me? Could it benefit me emotionally, physically, spiritually even? Or it doesn't really matter, but financially? Because, like, even though money, it's so useless, but people, yet in the society that we live in today, money is so valuable because of the fact that if you have money, dude, you can use that money to buy yourself time to do things, man. Like the guy Juice World, what he said, money is not the key to happiness, but it'll lead you towards the things that make you happy. And I really like hit something in me that, like, dude, that's fucking true, dude, because, like, money itself, it's just a stupid concept that we use to just get what we want in the world. But yet if you have so much of it, it gives you so much time to do whatever you want. That's why all these rich people and these things, they live the most happy lives, because of the fact that they can do whatever they want, and they could pay off whoever they want, or just do whatever they want with that money, and it wouldn't matter, because the fact that they're so rich and they're so powerful, and nothing will stop them because of the fact they have so much money. Yet I would much rather be a humble, honest broom sweeper than a dishonest and lonely king. You know what I mean? Like, you've probably heard that before, but it's just you need to live life for what it gives you. Like, it's like, you've definitely heard this before. Life is not about the destination. It's about the journey, and the people that you meet, and the things that you will see, and the moments you'll experience within those journeys that you'll experience, man. And it's just truly a blessing. It's truly a blessing, dude, to live life and just experience the world that it is, because every moment that we live in, you'll never, ever, ever get that moment back again. And, like, 5 seconds from now, like, literally, like, right now, that is the past. Like, this is the past right now that you're experiencing, and the future is actually the present, in my opinion. And you could take that however way you want, man. That's just kind of my way of, like, perceiving the world. And people get so caught up in these moments of what they have to do in the future as well, or dwelling in the past, that they lose sight of what's in front of them, and just never fully taking the time to have appreciation of themselves and just appreciating the world around them, like I said before, just taking a step back to feel the grass and to watch the trees and to just live in a world that is so beautiful and that is just so amazing, yet people get themselves so wound up in such trivial things. And in my opinion, people just need to just wake up and just realize that they just are in the best time of their lives. Everything happens for a reason, and you were born in this time, and you're like that weird phrase, I was born in the wrong generation. No, you were not. Everything happens for a reason. You were supposed to be here in this moment right now for whatever reason that may be. You may not know it, but you need to find that out for yourself, dude. Like, God has given us free will to do whatever we want, and we choose. People choose to just do nothing with themselves, and that is wasted potential, and it is so sad to see. And I just, like, it boggles my mind for people to just never seek the full potential of themselves and to filling the needs. Like in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you have your physiological needs, your loving and belongingness, your security. What are the other ones? What are the other ones? Shit. I don't know, dude. It's just, I feel like that people don't realize that, like, you need to, I feel like that people just, they need to, like, the reason why people aren't happy today is because the fact that they don't have their needs fulfilled and making themselves active, having good sleep, eating right, socializing with other people. And it may be uncomfortable. It may make you feel like you're not doing something right, but you are doing something right, because there is no such thing as failure. There's only a learning experience, and that is exactly what I mean, and just having a different perspective on things. And like, I may be generalizing in a sense, but it's just, it's true though. It's really true. And like, if you just take that moment to just realize, like, I could do this, and I could take the time to just learn something new, because it could be useful, dude. Because there's never such thing as, in my opinion, as just a waste of time, because you'll always learn something. And it's just, you need to just realize the fact that you're like, we are born to question things. We were born to just experience the world like animals, because that is literally what we are. We're primates. We're animals. We are like, but yet we compare ourselves to things that are beyond our comprehension because of things like in the Bible, God says that we are made in God's, well, we are created in the vision of God in his eyes. And I feel like the only reason why that is because of the fact that we are aware of ourselves and we have consciousness, and that we actually have, we can be so articulate with our words, and we can dwell so hard in our minds that it drives people insane, and just make these fucking not random ass problems, but just, like how I said before, like, we live in such a comfortable world where we dwell on things to where we make up these problems in our head instead of just appreciating the moments. And it's just, I don't really know what else to say, man. That's just from my analysis from living in the world that I've lived in. And I feel like people, they either make excuses because the fact that they just don't want to be uncomfortable, or they just, or what else? Or they choose to be ignorant and to be not comfortable. They choose to just not learn and to open their minds, or they do something about the situation they're in. And you know what, dude? The moral of the story, dude, is just to go out there, dude. Take risks, take chances. I'm not saying be like, oh, buy that concert ticket, or just like go fucking do whatever bullshit that makes you indulge in whatever thing that makes you like have instant gratification. But just work on yourself, dude. Take the time, especially with if whatever age you're in, if you're really young, dude, take advantage of your age, dude. And because if you just sit there wondering about what you could do later on, you're never going to do it. Thinking is planning, and speaking and actually doing it, executing the things that you are doing, that is actually acting upon those plans. And you know something I've heard? Thinking, yet not actually visualizing things in your life and not actually acting upon them is just hallucination. That sounds kind of weird now I say it out loud. But I kind of agree with that, because it's just like, it's not real then. You're not acting upon it. You're not fulfilling the things that you know you're capable of. It's just you're sitting there dwelling on things, and it's just not real because you're not doing anything about it. And you know what? That's all I got for today, bro. If you have something to say, put something down in the comments. If you if you're interested in more things, like and subscribe or whatever bullshit you have to do, and have a good day.